Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. No shilling today, just an informational video. Some of you it may not affect, some of you may not even know or even understand. Uh, but it was announced on today, 11/2, that Greg Hildebrandt has passed away. Um, a legendary man in the art world, especially in my opinion. I was a big fan. Um, I'd like to give a call out to him and his family to let them know that they're not the only ones in pain with this passing, and to wish them the condolences the best that we could from a distance. So, to kind of give you a brief spotlight on Greg's life, I figured I'd do a little bit of research on things I thought was relevant, check up what best article looks like, and then just show you some of his pictures that he did and kind of walk you down memory lane with Greg and some of the most amazing art that we probably have ever seen and may not get a chance to see again. As you can tell in the video here, Greg was a painter. So a lot of the art that you see is not this computer generated stuff, which whatever, it's fine. But this was a real artisan and a real artist. When it came to it, the article talks about how he's best known for Magic the Gathering and Lord of the Rings. Honestly, in my opinion, I think he's known for a lot more than that in the art world in general, especially with Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy art by itself. To kind of give you guys a couple highlights, um, they talked about working on Star Wars and all this stuff. So, Greg and Tim, they were twin brothers, um, worked together to make the very first Star Wars poster. You can see here, make the art for it. Uh, Beautiful poster, one of the most iconic posters of all times. He even says that. I think everybody can recognize this. And I think sometimes we forget the hard work that goes into some of these things. So, and to kind of also highlight on some of other things that Greg did as a great humanitarian, um, was while doing all these arts and all these other people have you, um, Greg continued to put Tim's name on their artwork for Magic the Gathering after his brother suffered a stroke um, early in his career. Um, and he decided to do this until he could recover. Unfortunately, he did not fully recover, so we honestly don't know which of these cards are just Greg's, which ones are Tim's, which ones are both, because they're all labeled Greg and Tim. And it takes a real kind soul to support family like that and to have someone's back. So hats off to you, Greg. Um, and as I mentioned, just a quick brief overview of some of the great things that he did. If you guys aren't familiar, here is Lord of the Rings from Magic the Gathering, 10th Discovery he did, Second Harvest, River Kelpie. Um, I also went in and did a image search to kind of give you guys an idea of how much he really was into this. Notice this here. This is a Pact of Negation card. You can see here it's Amazon, the art of Hildebrandt, so they actually commissioned that. You can see Star Wars posters, other images. You see fantasy here. This is from Heavy Metal, I believe. All the way down in all of his other cards. And you may be asking yourself, well, Captain, um, if you didn't play Magic so much, would you even know Greg? So I knew about Greg before Magic. And I kind of wish I got a chance to meet him. I did see him at a couple conventions, but it's not like you go to a convention to have a detailed conversation and learn about somebody. The biggest thing for me and Greg was some of his amazing art he did for the earlier collectible card games, like Marvel. For example, you can see a good picture of Psylocke here. There's a Captain America up here. And some of those pictures, Spider-Man, there's even Superman and DC art, was used on some of the collectible card games that came out before Magic, way back in the day. Matter of fact, I've still got them. And I believe Hildebrandt had a collectible card set of just his art, and I actually have that, which is one of the things that really turned me on to him and his art, was he came out with a collectible card set of his art, and it was just breathtaking to me as a young man how beautiful his art was on several different reasons. But again, You can see all the stuff here. You can see the Colossus, fantasy art, more of this stuff. You can see the great arbiter, Augusta the Fifth was his art. I guess the fifth, the fourth, hell, who knows? Um, Star Wars art all around. You can see him driving Superman here. Again, you can see there's a paintbrush in his hand. Just amazing skills. If you get a chance, go look it up. You can see here some more great art by him. Um, Deadpool, Thanos. I mean, more Lord of the Rings. It's just there's such a plethora of his art, and it's all beautiful in its own way and amazing, to say the least. Here you can see there's cards by Hildebrandt for the Marvel set. I think it was called Marvel Masterpiece. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I looked at those cards. Um, yeah, Rogue, even Zorro. Notice this was an actual card licensed by Wizards of the Coast recently. This is one of my favorite cards when I was younger. Um, yeah, so you get a chance, you know, between Lord of the Rings, Magic the Gathering, just being a great artist in general, drawing comic book characters. When I was young, when I was into comic books before I moved on to Magic and other things, really has that connection and nostalgia to see his artwork somewhere. Um, and Lord of the Rings. So it's sad to see him go. He lost a great talent to the world. And again, condolences to the family. And if you guys ever get a chance, just check him out. He was really a master of his craft. So, all that said, guys, till next time, be kind. As always, I hope to see you across from the game table.